And now for something completely different.
Você quer?
Ti amo, Chris Redfield.
O que você quer, Leon?
And on that one, ladies and gentlemen, let's get on with today's video. Those big, sweaty, broody muscles. And that's just Rebecca Chambers.
Mas a gente não viria.
YouTube's newest hero is here to save the day. His name, Kung Fu Hot Dog.
So I have to say, ladies and gentlemen, I've started playing Resident Evil 9 Requiem yesterday. Who would have thought Requiem was the name of the firearm that Leon S. Kennedy walks around with? My favorite section of the game so far is when you're Leon in the city going after Victor Gideon. That just blew my mind. Leon!
And it's not
Down.
Is it something to do with Victor?
Yeah.
Oh.
He's the one I think for all the excitement.
Oh, the axe just comes out of nowhere. I love it. And Grace Ashcroft, I've got to say, I nearly said Claire Redfield for a second. Grace Ashcroft is actually very funny. Like when she comes across somebody who's infected, it's like, oh, sir, can I help you? What's the matter with you, sir? She's actually out of her depth, and it's really endearing. And do I find Grace attractive? Yes. Is she a bit flat on top? Of course she is, because that's by design. It seems to be quite crystal clear to me that not enough men are working at Capcom when it comes to revisualizing and re-sexualizing the female characters of a beloved franchise like Resident Evil. But of course, folks, when it comes to fan fiction, yes, you're going to get your guilty culprits out there. It's all 50 Shades of Leon as it stands, because Leon S. Kennedy is the most thirsted male character ever in terms of people just gushing and gooing and garring all over him. It wouldn't surprise me if Lady Gaga herself had a Leon Kennedy portrait on her wall somewhere in an exuberant mansion. But let's get into this article from Kotaku. Leon Scott Kennedy, I'm on prep. Because of course, when your name is Kenneth Shepard, you probably wish it was Kennedy Shepard, if you know what I mean. This article is basically putting down people like you and me who goon over people like Jill Valentine, Ada Wong, and Claire Redfield. But I'll come back to that at the very end of this farticle today. 27 comments. I'm probably not going to read those. I just want to get in touch with this particular story here. Now, what Kenneth said is that he's played through Resident Evil Requiem twice. And when you're playing through a game for a second time, I doubt this guy's even actually played through it. He was probably sent a review copy from Capcom where he just sat back and watched it rather than playing it. So when you're playing through a second time with little distance between both playthroughs, you got to take in the little moment. And I'm sure in Kenneth's case, it's about 3 inches high. To keep yourself from getting bored by something you just saw. For me, this meant having Leon Kennedy on low health so I could hear all the pained grunting sounds he makes as he struggles to make his way through the environment. For reasons, you know, which sounds like a very mild form of S&M, because maybe when Kenneth Shepard is lonely, he goes to gay bars and says whispery nothings into the ears of a unsuspecting gay young man out there, because that's how it struggles, folks. Or maybe he's seen the Al Pacino film Cruising, which dealt with similar themes.
The green one left side says you're a hustler, right side you're a buyer.
Capcom says that it was the mission of the women at the company to make sure that Leon, that's this guy right here, folks, was in his 50s. Well, he's actually between 48 and 51. It's never actually specified. Became everybody's favorite hot uncle, because forget Jennifer Coolidge as Stifler's hot mom in the American Pie movies.
But I'll tell you, none of these women even compare to
Stifler's mom.
Stifler's mom is a goddess.
That's Stifler's mom?
Now, they even talk about things like there was a lot of consultative work going on, folks, like how small should the wrinkles be on Leon's neck? And quite clearly, you can see they've really paid a lot of attention to that. Again, this is Capcom we're talking about. I'm not even sure if this is entirely true, but it has been reported by more than one source, so maybe that it actually is. Now, the women developers at Capcom did a really good job, and Kenneth Shepard just laughs. Of course he did. He probably wishes he was one of these girls.
Judith! What's another word for engorged?
I'll look it up.
Okay.
Throughout the development process, Leon was thoroughly refined, and I think we managed to come through with a design that would make anyone's heart throb, or in the case of Kenneth Shepard, something else throb. Or then again, if Leon is already a heartthrob by design, why do you want to make your heart throb? Oh, Nakanishi, wait until I see you, sir, and I'll batter your head around the face with a wet hake. The aged-up hot uncle design seems to have captured the hearts and minds of Japanese fans, regardless of whether they're male or female, and nothing in between, has also made rounds in the English-speaking community as well, which is a bit of a bizarre thing to say, because are you just saying it's a Japanese thing? I mean, really, Kenneth Shepard, what are we doing here, dude? After playing Requiem twice, I can confidently say that those women at Capcom succeeded, are God's greatest soldiers and allies to the gay community. Stop it, you. Leon has been one of my formative video game crushes since 2005, when I was drawn to his fine as hell character design in RE4, long before I knew I was gay.
I've been expecting you, my brethren.
No thanks, bro.
My.
So this guy is trying to convince us that there are positives about video game characters who you've got a bit of a crush on. I understand where he's coming from here, actually. And my God, Requiem manages to effortlessly capture his sensual aura and swagger in every motion. Now, I got to say, the part in the city, which I think I mentioned before in the intro, if you want to see Leon stagger and swagger, that's the place to go, man. His reload animations, sexy. His violent kills that should make me recoil in disgust, I'm swooning. So when Leon murders black men and black women and anybody else in between, you're quietly confident you can actually cheer on for Leon for doing that. Well, to be honest, I do that anyway, regardless of who he's killing on the screen. His stupid dad joke quips at every horrifying thing he witnesses and experiences, which should be just as repulsive as the way he kicks a zombie man's head open against a brick wall. My pants are already gone. So am I actually reading this. If there's one thing I know about me, is that I love a man over 40. I mean, if I loved a man over 40, I think I'll be locked away in jail forever and ever, like Johnny Somali. He's got 3 years, you know, don't you know? Hard labor. I'm sure the men in that prison will be taking it turns to give good old Johnny Somali a decent, thorough bumming, if you know what I mean. I especially love them if they're tortured, broody, look like the light left their eyes years ago, and they have arms that barely fit into their tight shirt. Watching Leon flex those things as he works to pry open a warped door, it's cinema. Anyway, Leon, if you read this because he's a fucking Polygon video game character, I'm free this weekend because I already played your new game twice, don't you know? And I'm far more persistent and consistent than Ada Wong is. You won't have to wonder where we stand. Holy shit, Kotaku, Kenneth Shepard. I don't even want to look this guy up, but do you know what? The curiosity in me actually thinks I should do that now.
A few moments later.
Who looks like the skinnier version of Endymion. My God, this guy really is the epitome of absolute gaydom. Bro, what have you done, man? Oh, this is him here? What's he dressed? Is that an avatar of his? That's him there. I gotta say, he looks better there than he does in this particular photo right here. Right now, he looks like a refugee in a war-torn Middle Eastern country. Is that too soon to say that? Now, if you've watched my video channel for many, many years, you know my biggest female video game crush is Jill Valentine. I often imagine her in a skimpy, slinky sequin bikini, rubbing up fronties with Claire Redfield in an equally matched bikini or swimsuit. Why? Because I'm demented and I appreciate beauty, even if it's in a polygon form. Oh, I'm getting so excited and flustered, folks. I can barely make it through this video. I can barely get through it like Daniel Bedingfield once did. And mind you, his sister is pretty fit still, actually, old Natasha. But my whole point in saying this is basically this. The fact that Kotaku wrote this article, it was greenlit, obviously, by other gay lords who work there, because it's a direct attack on me and you who fantasize and goon over video game female characters. That's what this hit piece is trying to do, to try and shine a light on them. And when it comes to us saying things, oh, we're disgusting little preverts. Now, of course, this is not my AI creation of Grace Ashcroft, but trust me, I'll get to work on that very soon. Yeah, she is a copy and paste of Jill Valentine, except with blonde hair and slightly lighter shading of eyes. But my God, if they went ahead with this design of Grace Ashcroft, she would have had about as much more gooner attention as a male counterpart, Mr. Leon Kennedy. Now, I'm very curious to see if they're going to release from Capcom video game footage of the actor being mocapped as Leon Kennedy. I would like to see that. Or does Capcom stay stum and leave it all to people like Shift Up, who showed us that lovely young Korean model who was the body and face for Eve from Stellar Blade? So when we saw that, everybody lost their minds. Oh, this can't be her. This must be somebody else modeling for some other video game project, which of course it wasn't. We all know that already. So honestly, Kotaku, thank you for the laughs. It's interesting that they're hanging on by a thread, because they were bought up by IGN quite a few years ago, maybe 3 years ago, and IGN has since then actually fired a lot of Kotaku staff from around the world, and I think it's going to continue. There was even an article I saw today where an AI review of RE9 was removed from Metacritic because it was written by AI. And some people were also pointing their finger of blame at Kotaku, which at this point should be AI, writing silly, lusty 50 Shades of Leon fan fiction like this. But if I were you, ladies and gentlemen, and if you were me, I'll catch you catching me between the bosoms of Claire Redfield and Jill Valentine for the return of the next video, amor.
Fantastic. You want to get dinner when this is all over?
Sure. But full disclosure, I have a young man waiting for me.
What a gay day.
Bastard! That little girl will probably have nightmares for the rest of her life because of you.